The Red War campaign was my first experience with the Destiny universe, and I had many words for it. Mostly words I can't share in this video, but I'm sure that if you're a Kinderguardian or a Titan main trying to navigate the Warlock jump, you may be using some of those words yourself. I'm going to give a brief overview of each of the Warlock jumps and then go into the Whisper of the Worm quest to discuss how to actually use my favorite jumps. The Warlock has 3 basic jumps, a class-specific jump for Void Warlocks, and a fun ability for the Solar Warlock. Strafe Glide, which I refer to as Jump 1, allows you to jump while airborne to actively glide and start an airborne drift with strong directional control. This is by far my favorite jump and what I consider to be the best jump in the game. It's not intuitive, however. In fact, none of them are. I'm going to use this structure to demonstrate how high these jumps can go in relation to one another. Using the horizontal bar, Strafe Glide goes up about 4 bars. Strafe Glide's one caveat is that it doesn't jump as high as the other jumps, but it has the greatest directional control, which allows you to turn on a dime while airborne. It also allows you the greatest precision jumping in the game. Burst Glide, or Jump 2, is great for speed. You can jump while airborne to activate Glide and start an airborne drift with a strong initial boost of speed. It goes a little higher than Strafe Glide. By delaying your second spacebar tap, you can get forward movement instead of upward movement. While this gives you a burst of speed at the beginning of your jumps, this jump doesn't really let you change direction. I don't recommend it for platforming, but many like it for Crucible because of its speed. Balanced Glide is a blend of both Strafe and Burst Glides. Jump while airborne to activate Glide and start an airborne drift with both moderate speed and directional control. You can jump the highest with Burst Glide. You can see here that it goes halfway between the 4th and 5th bars. This is why I switched to it when Strafe Glide can't quite hit the mark. It also has decent directional control, so you can use it for platforming, but the higher jumping ability may make things a little more difficult in precision jumping. I also refer to this as Jump 3. Switching to Void Warlock, Jump 2 becomes Blink. Jump while airborne to teleport a short distance by double tapping spacebar. Astrocyte Verse is a Year 2 exotic released during the Season of Opulence that enhances Blink by allowing you to blink further and more frequently. If you're a Void Warlock who likes this jump, pick up this Year 2 exotic if you have access to it. This is a nifty jump that can create a lot of confusion in Crucible for enemy players and allows Warlocks to catch up to enemies faster, making death by Nova Warp inevitable. You simply can't outrun a Warlock who's good with Blink. It's also great for getting through mobs of enemies. Icarus Dash isn't a jump, but an ability in the Solar Warlock's top tree attunement of Sky. This is worth noting because many of us use this ability combined with the Dawnblade super to cross insane gaps or get to places we weren't really meant to go. By pressing X, or whichever key you assign to this ability, you dash forward. Now, let's talk about how to actually use these jumps. The key lies in how you use your spacebar, or, again, whatever key you have assigned to jumping. I'll show you how to jump in the first dungeon most players experience, which is the quest for the Whisper of the Worm, an exotic sniper rifle. If you're a new player, I highly recommend obtaining the sniper rifle while you continue the long journey of building your arsenal with amazing weapons, especially if you only have access to Year 1 content. This is a timed dungeon that you only have 20 minutes to complete, and there are 2 paths at the beginning. You can either take the long path through the entire Lost Sector, or you can enter, turn around, and jump onto a hard-to-see platform. Unfortunately, I can't get onto the first platform with Strafe Glide, so I switched to Balance Glide to get some height. I double tap my jump button and use the arrow key to stick the landing. After I make the initial jump, I switch back to the Strafe Glide for precision jumping. I start off with a double tap to jump the gap. For the next jump, I hit the jump key once, and then, as I approach the landing, I hit it once more to control where I land. For this long jump down, I simply walk off the edge and hit my spacebar when it's time to control where I go. Same thing, walk off or hit the spacebar once, and then hit it while in the air to control where you land. This next jump is a little tricky, but the same concept. I jumped off the previous landing by hitting spacebar once, and then I waited a second before I hit it again to basically fly and control where I wanted to go. When jumping up to higher places or around corners, double tap the spacebar, then use your arrow key to move forward or around something. I can't stress this enough. Do not use the arrow key until you double tap the jump key for upward movement. This provides you with maximum directional control when trying to stick the landing onto higher places. This next jump is a large gap, so I double tapped the spacebar and simply flew over. Regarding this previous section, when jumping down, remember to delay that second spacebar tap so you don't have so far to fall when your jump runs out. This will prevent you from landing too fast and hard, which will bounce you off surfaces. You want to feather your landings and have complete directional control. My duo queue partner calls this room the trash compactor. It may require a bit of a single jump to get through. For me, this is the hardest part of the dungeon. Really, the trick is patience, and you will get through. I stuck the landing and double tapped the spacebar to go up, and then used my arrow key to go around the corner onto the next platform. The green room is not required for the regular Whisper quest, and I'll jump down and show you the shortcut after I complete this jump puzzle. You will have to do this if you want to upgrade the Whisper Catalyst. This room is 100% precision jumping. It's a lot of double tapping to go straight up and then using my arrow key to feather my Warlock over to the next landing. I almost messed this next one up, but Strafe Glide allowed me to save the jump. What I usually do is walk sideways off the platform and then hit the spacebar to gently land on the platform below. Alright, now for the shortcut. I jumped down to the beginning of the green room and went into a hard to see cubby hole. Note that I hit the spacebar just before landing so I could gently land on solid ground. This last jump is difficult only because depth perception can throw you off. I simply walked off the platform and fell until I got closer to the opening, and then I hit spacebar once to feather the landing. And that's it! Whisper of the Worm is a great dungeon for practicing jumping. You will die a lot and probably get really frustrated, but this video should help you master it much sooner than I did. Feel free to stop by my Twitch channel with any questions or topics you'd like covered in the future. Comments are also welcome below. Twitch and Discord links are provided in the description below. If you found this video helpful, please help others find it by liking and sharing. Also, don't forget to click subscribe and turn on notifications for this channel. Thank you for watching.